Hello everyone, welcome to the video lecture series on Simplex method. I am Professor Mayur Gohil. I shall be today dealing a problem in Simplex method which is related to minimization type. Now let us take up this question and see how to solve this. The question is here: minimize z, which is of the type x1 minus 3x2 plus 3x3 such that subject to 3x1 minus x2 plus 2x3 less than or equal to 7. The another one is 2x1 plus 4x2 greater equal minus 12. Minus of 4x1 plus 3x2 plus 8x3 less equal 10, where non-negativity conditions are x1, x2, x3 greater equal 0. Now in order to solve this kind of question, you have to be little careful because it is a minimization type. In minimization type, we have to be slightly careful because the rules are slightly different than the one which is in maximization type. Almost the procedure is entirely same, there is no great difference, but while calculation you have to be slightly careful. Now let us first write down the standard form of the LPP. So here we write step number 1, that is write the standard form of LPP. Now the standard form has nothing to do with whether it is a maximization type or minimization type, and later on what we are doing. It has not much to do with the maximization. We have to see the constraint, whether we are able to add the slack variables or the surplus variable. Now there is no fixed rule, remember here, that minimization should have every inequality of greater than equal to type. They can be mixed inequalities, greater than, less than, equal, everything can come. So need not worry about what is given in the question and what type of it is. Okay, as far as we need to write in standard form, you just have to convert the inequalities to equality. And you have to remember one important thing, that one important thing to remember here is, remember that RHS must be become positive. You make your RHS positive, that is what is required. So what we do now, in order to write the LPP in the standard form, we first see the condition. Here 2x1 plus 4x2 is greater equal minus 12, so we write that it is same as minus of 2x1 minus of 4x2 is less than or equal to 12. This is one nice thing that we can make it out. Another thing here, we now write down this way, and other conditions, other things remain, other things or conditions remain same. Therefore the standard form standard form of LPP we have becomes minimize z, which is equal to x1 minus 3x2 plus 3x3 subject to, now the first condition is 3x1 minus x2 plus 2x3. Now what we can do here is it is less than type, so in order to convert it to equal to type I will add one surplus variable. Okay, sorry, one slack variable will be added, so plus s1. Okay, we add this one variable which is going to make it equal to 7. Now the next one, when we take the negative sign on the other side, now in order to make it again equal to 12, what we will do, we will add another variable, so it is 2x1 minus 4x2 plus, we will now add another variable s2. Okay, so this will become equal to 12. So we have added this, I'll put here plus sign just for understanding purpose. And now here minus of 4x1 plus 3x2 plus 8x3 plus s3, that is equal to 10. Okay, this is what we have. Now we added 3 new variables, so total number of variables that we have, another condition we will write here, and x1 x2 x3 s1 s2 s3 are greater equal 0. So here we can add them, that is 0 s1 0 s2 0 s3. We add these slack variables in the objective function. Now comes one another important step. Now this step which I had skipped for the understanding purpose, now this becomes slightly important in minimization problem. It was there previously also, but I did not give it too much of importance, so that the concept first settles in the mind of the student. Now this step is finding initial basic feasible solution. Okay, so I'll give you this step now. Step 2 is finding initial basic, I'll write I capital over here, initial basic feasible solution. You did this step previously, but there was no exclusively name given to this, and I had taken it for granted for the moment, so that the student understands the concept properly. Now onwards you remember that you have this step in all the questions. Okay, it was there previously, if you don't show it exclusively, no harm, but in minimization question it is largely required, and now when we will do advanced method, this step would be required. Initial basic feasible solution, in short, is given the name I dot b dot f dot s. Okay, to finding initial basic feasible solution. So what you have to do, whatever the variables were already given in the question, that is x1 x2 x3, okay, you have to put those variables equal to 0. So put x1 equal to 0, x2 equal to 0, put x3 equal to 0, what do you get from the condition in step number 1? Okay, so from, therefore, from standard in the conditions, in the conditions, so from standard form we get, in the condition, so what do we get in the condition? We get in the condition that s1 has become 12. Okay, s1 is, sorry, s1 has become 7, s2 has become 12, s3 has become 10. So this is what we have got. Moreover, what do you, when you substitute x1, x2, x3 in the objective function, what is the value of z? And z value in objective function is z equal to 0. Okay, this is what you get. So all these things you get from initial basic feasible solution. So that what you have to do, you have to, whatever the variable x are given, whatever number they are, you put them in the standard form, the conditions and the objective function, you will get some answer. Those answers you have to take. Now we are in a position to write down the table. So we now write down, formulate. Step number 3 is, step 3, formulation of simplex table. So here you start forming simplex table. Now when we are forming simplex table, same process will be followed, no difference is there. First we leave some two lines, two space for writing some extra stuff, and then here we write CB, here there we write basis. Okay, above basis we write the CJ, the cost coefficients, the coefficients which are there in the uh, standard form. Okay, that we write down. So here our coefficients, all the variables that we got, they are x1, another variable is x2, x3, s1, s2, s3. Okay, here we write down the RHS that we got, then here we write down the ratio that we will have to calculate. Okay, here all the basic variable that we got, s1, s2, s3, they will come. Okay, below this there will come zj, and there will come cj minus zj. Okay, these many things we will be calculating. Now for our understanding, we will make one line also over here and keep, so that we don't mess up with the thing. Okay, yeah, okay, so this is the line that we will need. Yeah, and here I'll draw the line here like this. Okay, yeah, this is the line that we will need. Now we have this table ready, so let us start filling up the value. So the first value of x1, x2, x3 we start filling up from the conditions that we have got. So x coefficients, x1 coefficients are 3, minus 2 and 4, so substitute, fill up over here. So here they will be 3, minus 2 and minus 4, right? X2 coefficients are minus 1, minus 4, and then there is 3 over here. X3 coefficients are 2. Now see, in the second condition there is no x3, so x3 will be 0 in the second condition, coefficient will be 0. Okay, and then there is 8. Okay, here it is very obvious, it is identity matrix, so it is 1 0 0 0 0 0. Alright, now we write down Cj. Cj is nothing but the one all the coefficients that are there in the objective function, 1 minus 3 3 0 0 0. So we write down they all those, so 1 minus 3 3 0 0 and 0. RHS that we have taken, RHS here it is 7 12 and 10. Now remember, this RHS is nothing but whatever the values that you got for S1 S2 S3. That's why see the basis, can you see S1 S2 S3 are there as the basis, and their answer is RHS. Okay, all this is connected. And basic variable, the current basic variable, whom did we take basic variable? 0 0 0, right? That's what initially I told you them, that you put them as S1 S2 S3, but no problem, right now S1 S2 S3 coefficients are, they are there, but the technical one which I am giving you now, you see 0 0 and 0. Now starts the game. We need to calculate Zj. How is Zj calculated? Zj is calculated by multiplying Cb into the every column we have to multiply. So let us do that. So here, since it is a first table, all values are going to be 0 0 0 and 0. We calculate Cj minus Zj. So here it is 1 minus 3 3 0 0 and 0. Okay, now how do you determine, because the problem is minimization type, if you want you can write here it is of minimization type. In short, I'll write here it is min, minimization type, and this is our table 1. Okay, this is our table 1. So in minimization type, remember that we are supposed to take the negative value of Cj minus Zj. Now we are supposed to take here least negative value. Okay, remember, for I'll write here note, I'll write here note with this, let's say with blue color, I'll write note for minimization type questions, choose least negative, choose the least negative value of Cj minus Zj for key column. Okay, this is what we have to do. So now when we choose the least negative value, we see that here our value is this minus 3 is the least negative value. So my key column has become this is my key column. Okay, this is the key column. Now we do the ratio calculation. When we do here, we see that the ratio, the first ratio when we calculate, it is 7 divided by minus 1, it is minus of 7. Okay, here the second ratio, when we calculate 12 divided by minus of 4, it is minus of 3. Okay, and the third ratio, when we calculate, we get 10 divided by 3, so here it is going to be positive basically, so it is 3.33 something we will get. Okay, now for key row, okay, key row concept is same. You have to always choose the minimum positive ratio. Okay, ratio RHS is always taken, the ratio always taken the same rule. For ratio no change in the rule, choose minimum positive ratio. Okay, I'll write here for note, always choose minimum positive. Okay, minimum positive ratio, no problem in this rule at all. So here we have this row coming to be into the picture, right? This is the row where we will get our answer. So my key row is this, and my key element becomes 3. Okay, that's what we can get now. Now we go for calculation of the next table, table number 2. Let us see how to handle table 2. So for making table 2, I'll put a red line here. I'll draw a double red line that helps to understand. Okay, now we have got table number 2. So Cj row remains same, no change in the row of Cj. Cb we will get back here, Cb, and yeah, now here we will have to say who is entering and who is leaving, right? So obviously here we can say that x2 is leaving variable, sorry, x2 is entering variable and s3 is leaving variable. So here we say, here only we can write down that x2 enters and s3 is leaves. Okay, x3 leaves. So here we write down our values for cb. I'll just write down here cb column, cb, and the basis. Okay, the basis that I'll put here a bit, table 2 cb and the basis. Okay, so here you have x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, s3, correct? And then here you have the RHS, and here is the ratio. That same thing is there, just I am writing it again. You may not write again, no problem. So now what will happen to the value? So s1, s2, s3 will remain here, s1 comes here, s2 remains the way it is, s3 becomes x2. Okay, and here the minus 3 comes in the column of CB, that is minus 3 here. It will remain 0 and 0. Now what you need to do is you need to divide the entire row by key element. So the moment you divide entire row by key element, you will get here minus 4 by 3, 1, then 8 by 3, 0, 0, 1 by 3, and here you will get 10 by 3. Okay, and here it is 0 and 0. This is how, and the other elements in the key column, they will become 0 0. Apart from key element, all other elements will become 0 0. Once done, now we land up into calculation of the other elements. Now we have to calculate. So this formula remains same. Okay, a new element is equals to old element multiplied by the key element multiplied minus the element in the key row and key column का multiplication you have to do divide by the key element. So I'll just do one calculation for you people so that the thing becomes clear. I'll do your calculation. So first element over here x1 is here, it is 3, right? So at 3 here what we will get, let us see. So here we get 3 into 3 minus minus of 1 into minus of 4 divided by 3. So 9 minus 4 is 5 and 5 divided by 3, so here it is 5 by 3 is the answer. We get that. So next here minus 2 and 3 is the thing. So here you will get, here it is now going to become minus 2 and 3, and then here it is minus of 4 and 4, so it is 16. So minus 6 minus of 10, so minus of 16 by 3 you will get that answer. Oh no, minus of 6, sorry, wait, I'll do it again for the second element. Wait, so minus 2 is the element now. So at minus 2 what do we get? We will get minus 2 into 3 minus of minus 4 into minus of 4 divided by 3, so it is basically minus 6 minus 16 by 3, so that is minus 22 by 3 we will get. So here you get minus 22 divided by 3. Now what about the remaining elements? Let us do it quickly. So it is 2 and 3, right? So here it is 2 and 3 positive, so that is there, and then here it is minus of, here you will get minus 1 multiplied by 8. So here it is 6 and minus 8, so minus 2 by 3 is the answer you get over here. No, wait, not minus 2 by 3. Here it is 8 and here it is plus, yeah. So 6 and 8, 14 by 3 you will get. 14 by 3. Huh. I like this facility given by OneNote. So now what do we do further? That at 0 we have to calculate. So 0 into 3 is 0, minus of minus 4 is plus 4 into 8, so 32 divided by 3, that's what we will get here. So 32 divided by 3. Now in the next one, what do we get in the next place? So it is 3 divided, yeah, here it is 1 we will get. Here I believe it is 0, yeah, there again 0 and 0, so 0, here it is 3 and 1, yeah. So here it is 0 1 0 0, that's what we get here. Do we get the same answer here? No, here we get some different. Wait, so what do we get here now? Let's see. So 0 into this, minus 1, minus of minus is plus, and here how much we will get, let us see. 0 into 3 minus minus of 1 into 1 divided by 3, so you get 1 by 3 over here. The next one, 0 into 0 into 3 minus of 4 into 1 divided by 3. So here you will get 4 by 3 as your answer. This is what we get. Now what about the RHS? RHS also we will have to calculate. Okay, so let us calculate RHS. For 7, 7 3s are 21. 7 into 3 minus 1 into 10 divided by 3. So it is going to be how much? Plus 10, 21, 21 plus 10, 31 by 3. 31 by 3, what, that is what I get. And then when here it is how much? The next one is 12. 12 3s are 36. 12 into 3 minus 4 into 10 divided by 3. So how much do we get? Let us see. 36 and 40, so 76 by 3. Yeah, so this is what we get. 76 by 3 is the value that we get over here. Again, now having calculated all these things, we will now go for calculation of Zj minus Cj and everything. So here we now calculate Zj. So let us write down the row of Zj and Cj minus Zj. Cj minus Zj, when we are calculating, let us see what happens. Or if it looks a little bit far, I'll make it here only. Zj Cj minus Zj. Okay, so now let us calculate this. So here it is 4, here it is minus 3, here it is going to be minus of 8, here it is 0, here it is 0, and here finally it will be minus 1. Okay, now Cj minus Zj, when we calculate Cj, we have already written 1 minus 4, so that is minus of 3. Okay, then there is minus 3 in Cj, and here it is minus 3, so it is 0. The next one, it is x3. 3 is the value, and here it is minus 8, so here it is going to be plus 5. Okay, 3 is there and minus of minus 8, sorry, 3 is there and here it will become 11. Okay, because this will become 3 minus of minus 8, so it is 11. Yeah, the next one, s1 coefficient is 0, so obviously this will remain 0. S2 coefficient is also 0, so it's going to be 0, and here it will become 1. Okay, so this is what we get. And now we need not calculate here. There's no need of required, it's not there required, so later on we can calculate. But if you calculate, it's not a harm. Here you get the value of z as minus 10 as the minimum, but it's not working value. So let us see further. Now comes the choice of the row, key row and key column. So first we as we saw that we choose the least negative, so here I can see minus 3 is the least negative, so my key column is this, my key column, and therefore we now calculate the ratio. The ratios are going to be 31 by 3 divided by 5 by 3, so my ratio is 31 by 5. Okay, the next one, 76 divided by 3 divided by minus of 22 divided by 3, so the ratio is again negative over here, so you can avoid this ratio, it is negative basically. So minus of 76 upon 22, no problem, whatever it is. The next year, The next one, the ratio, again it is negative. 10 by 3 divided by minus of 4 by 3, when you take it is a negative ratio, so minus of 5 by 2, that is what you get. So this ratio we ignore. The negative ratios are to be ignored. Okay, if all ratios had been negative, I would have immediately concluded that the solution is unbounded. But here two ratios are negative, one ratio is positive, so I will consider the positive ratio now. So this is the key row. So my key row I have found, so I will make here the arrangement for key row. Okay, so this is the key row. Okay, now key element is this is the key element. So 5 by 3 being the key element, now we go for table 2. Table 2, so here we can write down which is the leaving variable. The leaving variable is x1 is x1 is going to enter and s1 leaves. This is what is going to happen. So now we put the double line. Okay, okay, so now again the same columns can be followed. Columns are same but little row changes are there, so I'll just write down the row which are required. So the rows that are required are going to be x1 is entering and s1 is leaving, so I'll write down here x1, s2 and x2. X1, the coefficient of x1 in the Cj is 1. Okay, so I write down here x1 is going to become 1, this is 0 and minus 3. Okay, we write down that, and now we write down the column and the everything. So here it is, firstly you divide entire row by the key element. So dividing entire row by key element, meaning it is 1 0, then it is going to be 14 by 5. Okay, here it is 3 by 5, here it is 0, and here it is 1 by 5. Okay, this is the value of RHS, so when you divide there you get that ratio over there. So 31 by 5 is what we get over here. And now here what happens, in the key column you make remaining all other elements are becoming 0, okay, and key element becomes 1. This is what you have to do. So this is Zj below and Cj below, Cj minus Zj that you calculate. So Cj minus Zj we can calculate, some values are very immediate. Okay, now let us calculate the values that are needed. So over here you get 0, alright. Okay, and then when you multiply here you get 1. We now need to calculate the remaining values, so let us see what is the calculation. So while calculating, be little careful because it is 32 by 3 multiplied by 5 by 3 minus, it is going to be minus of 4 by 3 into 14 by 3 divided by 5 by 3. So it is how much it is going to give you. We have to calculate it very much in a perfect way. So 32 by 3, 5 by 3, everything when you will calculate, here you will land up onto saying all that is going to vanish. So I'll say, see, this is 32 by 3 minus minus plus, here it is there, and then it is 3 and 3 gets cancelled, right? So and here it is, this is also getting cancelled, and wait, I'll do it in a better way. So wait, 32 by 3 plus 4 into 14 by 3 and 5 here. That's what we get. We will need to do it carefully. So here you will get 156 as I see the answer here. So here your answer will be, आपका आंसर यहाँ पर 156/5 आ जाएगा. That is your answer that you will get. The next value, when you do the calculation, it is going to be 8/3 multiplied by 5/3 minus of minus 4/3 into 14/3. Okay, that is what you will get. So and divide by 5/3. So when you do this 40/9 minus here it is going to be 96/9. Okay, divide by 3/5, so multiplied by 3/5 basically. So when you do the simplification over here, a minus and minus will make it plus. Yeah, so here when you do the simplification, 96 and that all things go by 3, so this is going to be 136/9 into 3/5. Okay, so this simplification will give you 32/5. Okay, so this is one calculation that you get here. Okay, now next here when you calculate, check down with the other values also now. So yeah, we have got those values. So now when it is here it is 0, so 0, make that box which I had told you. I hope you remember that box making technique which is there. So here when you make a box, so what we have to do is 0 into 5/3 is that, and here it is minus 1 into minus 22/3 divided by 5/3, so it is plus 22/3 you will get here. 22/5 value you get here. The next one when you calculate here you will get, yeah, so in the next one when we do the calculation here you must be getting 0 and then for 4/3, so 4/5 you will get here. Okay, and then it is here it is 0, so here it is 1 and then 0, so here you get 1, here you will be getting 0, here you will get, here some calculations will be there. So now calculate the remaining values. Calculation of remaining values will get you some answer now. So these answers will be 14/5. Okay, and here you will get 3/5. Okay, and then calculate the remaining value answers. So here you will be getting 354/5 and here you will get 58/5. These values you will get. Now calculating zj will give you here 0, here it is minus of 3, here you will get the answer for zj as minus of 82/5. Then here you will get the answer as minus of 12 and 3, so minus of 9 by 5 you will get. Okay, here you get 0. Here the answer will be minus 9 and 1, so minus of 8 by 5. Okay, and here you will get the answer as minus of uh, 3 in this 31, right? So minus of 143 by 5, this is the answer that you will get here. Now let us calculate Cj minus Zj. Cj for the first question, first row that we just wrote in the beginning, it is 1, and here we have got the value of this is going to be 1. Okay, second x2 Cj is going to be minus 3, and you have got minus 3, so Cj minus Zj, when you do, you get 0. X3 value is already there. X3 is going to give us 3 there in the Cj column. Here it is minus of 82, so minus of minus it will become plus, and 15, so here it is going to give you 97 by 5. Okay, and then here you will get, here this is 0, so this is becoming 9 by 5. Here this becomes 0. Here it will become 0 minus 8 by 5, minus of minus 8 by 5, so it is 8 by 5 here. Okay, now what we see that all Cj minus Zj have become positive, so we stop. Okay, we say here we stop here. This is table 2, after this is table 3. So we say that no, or rather we say we stop here. We stop as Cj minus Zj, all values is greater. Okay, Cj minus Zj is greater equal 0. Now we write down the values that we have got. Therefore Z minimum is minus of 143 by 5 when x1 is 31 by 5, x2 is 58 by 5, and x3 since we are not getting, so we say x3 is 0. Okay, this is what is the solution to the problem. I hope you have understood this question carefully. Here in Zj minus Cj, Cj minus Zj, when you do, remember your very important thing is that in minimization question you choose the value which is least negative from the column of Cj minus Zj, whereas in the maximization question we had to take the one which was positive. Okay, so we took over there, the values that we took was greatest positive value for maximization we took, and here you have to take least negative value. That's it. In ratio you always take minimum positive. Okay, so here this is all from my side on minimization question. I will deal with the details of the topic in the further video lecture. Till then, thank you. Keep solving good amount of mathematics.